Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I know my last video was about the inaugural meeting of the Ohio Blockchain Council. And so I figured for this next video, I would do a little talk about blockchain itself. Um, a lot of people are excited about crypto and the money that's made in crypto and can be made and all this other sort of stuff. But what they're really missing is the aspect of um, the blockchain technology, which allows for crypto. And so the blockchain technology has a lot of application in other industries. And that's the really exciting part. So I'm going to just read a definition of the official definition of blockchain technology, and then, I'll put it in simpler terms. But blockchain is a shared, immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording transactions and tracking assets in a business network. An asset can be tangible, a house, car, cash, land, or intangible, intellectual property, patents, copyrights, branding. Virtually anything of value can be tracked and traded on a blockchain network, reducing risk and cutting costs for all involved. Folks, I don't know if you really understand what that means, but going back to what it says, immutable ledger, it basically all that means is it's hard to counterfeit. It's hard to change after it's been recorded, because what you have is a network of millions of computers that are witnessing this transaction on the blockchain. And so for somebody to come along and try to change a transaction after it's happened from one entity to another, they would have to be able to hack millions of computers. Nobody can do that. So you got a million witnesses. How many of them can you convince that something didn't happen? You're not convincing all of them. You're not convincing the majority of them. You might be able to convince a very small portion, but when it's done, it's done. And see, up until this blockchain technology, most of us would do transactions of these sorts and have to deal with a central bank. Well, with the central banks, they're not transparent. We don't know what's really going on. That's where you had situations that happen with what you call redlining. That's another video, another subject. But, when you redline certain communities and you keep people from certain areas, that was all done inside of the central banking system. Since the blockchain is public and anybody could go and look at the transaction, it's transparent. So in that transparency, trust is being built. And folks, do realize that when you hear about all these different sort of hacks and stuff like that, supposedly people lost their crypto or this, that, and the other, they really didn't lose it. Um, it's just a matter of it being moved around in such a way from one wallet to another wallet, and they just have not identified the individuals who own those wallets. So that's how um, that is happening, folks. So in a lot of these cases, when individuals hack these different sorts of sites, they can't convert it to fiat, because right as soon as they convert it to fiat, it's a gotcha, because they got to provide uh, identity or identification in order to do that. But trust me, they can see where the movement's being made. But getting back to this discussion about blockchain technology. So now, since the transactions can happen between two personal entities, the trust that is built between me and someone on the other side of the world is through the technology. Before, it would have been through a bank. So I would have a wire fee, wire transfer fee. or a MoneyGram fee or a Western Union fee in order to send that information or to do that transaction. We don't need to go through those sorts of, I'll call them choke points anymore that can be restrictive. So now, yes, can some people do some nefarious things and some illegal things? Of course. But guess what? They're doing the same thing through the central banking system. It is no worse, no matter how much they try to tell you, it is no worse than what is going on currently, because illegal activity is always going to be illegal activity, folks. But again, most people are just looking for the best way to perform transactions with who they want to perform them with from one place to another. And its blockchain technology allows for transactions to be happening between country to country without anyone telling you what you can and can't do, which some people think that's great. Some people don't think that's great, but that's what the technology allows for. So please comment, like, subscribe um, to this channel. I'm also starting a couple other channels, which I'll put in the description. But they're not official. We're doing I'll call it like a soft opening. But we're working feverishly to deal with our newer and our brand new platform, which is actually called, and I'll mention that, Max Success for Life. Max Success, the number 4, Life. So once we get those things actually up and running officially, I will let you know. And I will be sharing content on those other channels also. But I hope everyone has a wonderful, blessed, and profitable day. Peace.